Welcome back to this video. In this video, we will learn how we can start or design a paper for online exam with the help of Google Forms. In my first video, I taught you how you can use the Google Translator for typing in Hindi or Punjabi or some other language. Please watch that video for the basics. So we are starting it from here. Let us suppose I want to design a paper on the for online. First of all, on any of the browser or search engine, you just write on Google Drive and just search for it. It will show you the Google Drive. Click on it and it will automatically open your Google Drive. I am already logged in into my mail account, so it has directly opened with the help of my mail account. But if in case you are not logged in into your mail account, it will ask you to log into your Gmail account first. So at present, I'm in a Google Drive right now where I can initiate or start a paper. There are different ways or options where you can be redirected to your Google Drive. I can also go to my Gmail account, and with the help of this Gmail account, you can see here that there are 9 dots given over here, which covers all the Google apps. So you click over here. So there is an option given over here as a drive, and you can go to your Google Drive from here also. You can see a translator is given here also. So as in my first video, I showed you how to you can translate one language to another. You can go to the translator from here also. So if I click from here, again I will be redirected to my Google Drive. Similar way, let us suppose I'm in my Google Classroom, which we have many of us have initiated for conducting our online classes during this lockdown. So, with the help of my Google Classroom, also I can go to my Google Drive again with the help of these same symbols or dots given over here, and all the options are given here. My Google Drive is accessible from here also. So, from any option, either I can go directly through Google, or I can go through my mail, or I can go through my Google Classroom. I can access my Google Drive. Now, let us initiate from my Google Drive. Let us suppose I am in my Google Drive now and I want to start with an online paper. So, go to New option and go to More options. New, I'll show you again, New, and go to More. In More option, it will show you Google Forms. So, select this Google form. It will give you a blank form. The very first important thing you have to do here is, first of all, change its settings and make it a quiz. If you are not making it is converting it into a quiz, you will not be able to give markings or marks to this form. So the very first step you have to do while initiating the paper is convert it into a quiz so that you can give marks to your question. Now in the settings, you can see here that in the quiz they have given you various options. What are the point values? Various settings are given here, which we will discuss in the next video. But at present, we will learn how to initiate or begin with the form. Now, once I have converted my form into a form of a quiz, the next thing I should do is giving a name to my paper. Online dummy paper. Online dummy paper. So, it's a dummy example. Let us suppose I want to I want to change this into a language paper. Now, the very first thing which I will ask the students is to enter their names, enter your name, and short answer. Make it a short answer. And because I do not want to give marks to this question, it has to be unmarked question, and I'll put it to 0. So this question is not given any kind of marking over here. So I have set done over here. And after this initial form, uh, my name, and let us suppose I want to add one more, enter your class in section, enter your class, and you want to give the option over here to the student for entering the class or the roll number or the section, whatever you want to ask from the students, you can have that basic information over here. And then the another important thing over here is, because these are questions which are not to be marked or evaluated. But yes, you are asking a question from the student, so no evaluation points to be given in these questions. And another thing is, once done, you make it a compulsory field, make it a required field. It's a compulsory field which every student has to answer. So if you're making it into a required field, you will see that these questions become compulsory and the students have to answer this question. For example, you can see here, enter your class, and it is showing me a red mark, red asterisk over here. This shows that this is a compulsory question and the students will not be able to proceed further unless until they have given these basic answers over here. So once you have made them compulsory, then you add a new section to it. Segregate this first section from the previous section. Let me remove this section, merge with above. And after this question, I will add a question and let me insert a section over here. So now my section 1 is segregated from section number 2. Section 1 is just the information or introduction about the student. I do not want this question, so I may remove it. I have removed it. My section 1 is ready now with the basic information of the student. And section 2, I can start with my question paper. So I can say answer the following questions. So I can initiate my another section from here, and whatever description you want to write down here, you can mention it here. Next is, once I have added a question over here, let us suppose I want to make a Hindi paper. So I want to give some instructions in Hindi. As we learnt in our first video, we can have the typing in Hindi as well as English. So I have a content copied over here, written over here. I just copied this content and I'm pasting it over here. So you can see that even the questions or the choices also I can type in Hindi. Whatever you want to type it here, you should first of all get it through the translator on your file and then type it here. So I can have the questions of multiple languages over here. Hindi, Punjabi, any other language is permitted over here. Obviously, this is not a compulsory question because student may be able to answer this, may not be able to answer this, but the student wants to proceed to the next question. If I want to increase the marking of this question, I can increase or decrease the marks over here. uh, and then I will press done. Now, another one important thing you have to notice here. Let us suppose I am adding a question over here with which is having multiple answers as correct answers. For example, I said choose the fruits among the given list, and I have converted my answer into checkboxes. Now I may have given various options as apple, berry, penguin, and now out of these given options, my two answers are correct, my first and second. I want to store my answers over here, answer keys. I can go to the answer key, and obviously, I want that this question should give the students 2 marks if the student has correctly given selected both the answers. My first answer is correct, and my third answer is correct. I'm saving this answer for the later reply back to the students. So once I've chosen this is not visible to the student unless and until the student is submitting the answer. This is for my internal checking. But the problem over here is I have marked these two options as correct and I have given the marks as 2. Let us suppose instead of selecting apple and banana, student selected apple and ladyfinger. And sorry, a spelling mistake over here. Let me do this correction. Ladyfinger. Okay. Now, in the answer keys, let us suppose I said I have given the answer as apple and banana, but the student selected apple and ladyfinger. And I want the student should be given 1 mark for the correct answer, and out of the two, the student should score 1 mark because at least one option has been chosen correctly. That means partial marking of the question. Partial marking of the question is not possible in Google Forms. That means if the student has not selected all the correct answers, the Google form by default will assign 0 marks to this question. So what you have to do is, do not release the marks if your paper is having any such kind of a question. Go to the settings and maybe go to the options, uh, and it is saying here immediately after each submission you want to release the marks or not. So you never release the marks immediately after each submission. You first of all manually review the paper, check the answers where you can manually partially give the marks to such questions, where you want to apply your own rule for the marking. Anyhow, various options are given here, but all these options, all these tips how we can have a better question paper is already given in my next video, which is talking about 10 tips of having a nice balanced paper on the online. So please watch that video for further information. Thank you for watching.